Is there a piece of advice that another musician has ever given you that you think is the best advice you've ever gotten?
Yes, but it's also like, I don't know that I could narrow it down to just one piece of advice. We have been so blessed to have been able to meet so many of our biggest inspirations in music so far in our careers. People who we have idolized from the time that we were children, who have been big influences in us even creating music, have sort of become human right in front of us and in many ways have become peers. And having conversations with those people who you once saw as an idol, who are now at your level, and you're talking to them just as a friend or just as maybe a mentor or whatever it might be. There's all these little conversations that you have that all combine into one and just sort of become like this, I don't know, overall feeling of holy shit, we're really doing this. You know what I mean? For instance, I'm a huge Good Charlotte fan.
Oh my God,
and Good Charlotte's one of those bands that really made me want to make punk music, rock music, whatever. And we had the opportunity to tour with them probably 5 or 6 years ago now. We opened for Good Charlotte across Canada. And from that point onward, established a pretty strong relationship with the Madden brothers. And at one point, they were even on our docket for managers because they have a management company. And we had a few meetings with them. I've sat down with Joel and done his podcast. And he's just shared so much of his personal knowledge, of his experiences being a young kid who gets thrust into this world and has to learn the ropes on how to do all this sort of yourself. There's not really a rule book when it comes to learning how to be in a fucking rock band. And so little conversations with him that I've had where he's just like basically reminding me to stay true to what it is that I'm doing, trust in myself, and not to listen to outside bullshit, because there's a lot of bullshit out there. And the music industry can be a cutthroat place. And he's one of those people who I have him so high on pedestals in my life. And I think he would probably say, take me off that pedestal, but I can't help it, you know what I mean? I hold him in such high regard. And the fact that he can be so human to me and can be so real with me and with all of us in the band, it's such a special thing to experience. And it's been extremely formative in how I carry myself as we continue to grow. I don't ever want to be the person who's too fucking cool to talk to people and be real and be a human being. I'm not famous by any means, and I hope I never am famous. I don't like fame or attention really, but I know that certain people will put me on a pedestal. And I have to remind myself, like, those people are in my position. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of rambling. So if I'm not making sense, tell me.
No, you totally do.
You know what I mean? I have to, I take a lot of I take a lot of influence from Joel in that aspect of just being a down-to-earth person.
On that note, I guess, is there any advice that you have to somebody who is maybe looking up to you and wants to start a band or get into music, or, you know, I guess, what's your life experience?
I think that my advice to anybody who wants to do this is, like, if you're serious about it and you want to give it a shot, go for it. I'm no different than any other person who was standing in the crowd today, truthfully. I am just a kid who grew up loving music and grew up going to shows religiously. I was just another face in a crowd, and I happened to start writing music and form a band that happened to get popular. And for that, I am so thankful. But I'm also standing at the fact that, like, this could have happened to anybody. And so truly, the opportunity is out there. And if it's something that you care about and something that you're passionate about, I say go for it. Maybe you don't get to Good Charlotte's level, and that's fine. To me, success isn't necessarily like fame or money or whatever. It's about doing the things that, like, make me feel fulfilled. And if you're doing something that makes you feel fulfilled, then that's a win. You've already done it. You know what I mean? You've already succeeded. We would have been happy if our band had only ever gotten as big as being able to sell out our local venue to like 200 people. We would have considered that a win. And the fact that we've been able to take it even further than that and continue to go, it's just the cherry on top. And now it's like we want to continue to see how far we can push this. But at the end of the day, we've already succeeded for what we wanted to do. The rest is all just fun and part of the ride. And thankfully, also a very lucrative career as well. And those opportunities are out there. And if you want to make a career in music, I say give it a shot.